Ja, man kann ja von manchen Spielen echt nicht die Finger lassen. The Darkest Files ist genau ein solches Spiel und ich schaue mal jetzt noch ganz entspannt in den zweiten Fall hinein. Der rechtschaffene Mann.
Esther, come on! You are so bad at this.
Ist es die Freundin? Gut, okay, da gibt's nicht mehr.
You have to come loudly.
Ist laut.
I know. And no peeking. But I wasn't peeking. 10, 9,
Das ist das Mädchen von
8,
gegenüber.
7, 2, 1, 0.
Das ist das Mädchen von gegenüber.
Ready or not, here I come.
1, 2, 3, 4 Ecksteine, alles muss versteckt sein.
Where could you be? Maybe under the table? Cold, cold. Are you behind here? Even colder. No fair. It has to be warm somewhere. How about in the wardrobe? You are so bad at this, Esther. Stop! It's not fun. Where are you? Lottie, where?
Oh, right.
Das war ihre Freundin, die abgeholt worden ist, von gegenüber. Die Tochter der Langs.
Good morning, Miss Katz.
Ja, good morning.
There are some new letters for you. I left them on your desk.
So, und dann. Bist du mein Schatz? Ach, die Mutti. Ich weiß, es ist erst eine Woche her, dass wir miteinander gesprochen haben, aber es kommt mir so viel länger vor. Ich schreibe dir, während ich auf deinen Vater warte. Das ist der erste Moment, in dem ich nach unserer Landung wieder zu Atem komme. Wir gehen heute Abend ins Theater und wie immer kann er seine Krawatte nicht finden. Der Mann wäre ohne uns 2 Frauen aufgeschmissen, oder? New York hatte eine Schönheit, die die Bilder nicht wiedergeben können. Du kannst die Hoffnung und die Träume der Menschen hier einfach spüren. Das ist nicht wie in Frankfurt. Leider kann man sie auch riechen, ganz zu schweigen von dem Müll auf den Straßen. Trotzdem ist es ein magischer Ort und wir haben gerade erst angefangen, ihn zu erkunden. Es ist so schade, dass du nie die Zeit gefunden hast, uns zu begleiten. Du hast es dir mehr als verdient bei der hervorragenden Arbeit, die du mit deinen Rebellen geleistet hast. Dein Dr. Bauer hat keine Ahnung, was für ein Juwel er da in Händen hält. Du solltest vorsichtig mit ihm sein. Lass dich nicht von ihm herunterziehen, wenn er scheitert, und er wird scheitern. Dein Vater kommt die Treppe hoch, er ist wohl fertig. Pass auf dich auf, mein Schatz, und lass dich nicht unterkriegen, liebe Mutti. Das werden doch wohl nicht etwa Ostdeutsche programmiert haben oder übersetzt. So. Okay. Okay, das ist der Brief. Das ist nur der eine Brief. Dann schauen wir mal, was anliegt. Bis jetzt sind für heute keine Termine vorgesehen. Wehrpflicht hat in Kraft. Erste 10.000 Rekruten rücken ein. Bonn. Heute begann für rund 10.000 junge Männer der Dienst in der Bundeswehr. 12 Jahre nach Kriegsende wird damit die Wehrpflicht in der Bundesrepublik wieder eingeführt. Verteidigungsminister Strauß betont die Notwendigkeit dieses Schrittes angesichts der sowjetischen Bedrohung. Die Opposition kritisiert die Maßnahme scharf. Bereits im Vorjahr hatten 1000 Freiwillige ihren Dienst angetreten. Die Grundausbildung der neuen Rekruten soll 3 Monate dauern. Wenn man sich das vorstellt, 12 Jahre ist es ja, ne? Von heute aus weg, 12 Jahre ist es 2012. Fühlt sich an wie gestern. Todesurteil im Blut der bester Aufstandsprozess. Okay, ein sogenanntes Volksgericht verhängte heute in einem Schauprozess gegen 11 Teilnehmer des Oktoberaufstands 3 Todesurteile. Okay. So, jetzt bin ich ein bisschen aufgeschmissen hier, ne? Telefon, naja. Gehen wir mal
Who do
rein.
I want to call?
Ach so. Nee, doch nicht.
Never mind.
Na gut.
Miss Katz, there's a man here asking to see you. Walter Hens?
Walter Hens.
I don't think he has an appointment.
Did he say what he wants from me?
He says he has a case about one Miss sorry, one moment. He wants to talk to you about one Anna Kasmirek.
Anna Kasmirek.
I wonder what's that about. I'll be with him shortly in the conference room.
Okay. Da ist was ich noch nicht beachtet habe. Hat er gerade aufgeleuchtet. Das. Was, mein Tagebuch? So, na gut, okay. Das kann ich ignorieren. So, hier ist alles leer. Na, dann gehen wir mal hin. Zum Herrn Hens.
Good morning. I've been told you wanted to see me. Mr. Hens, was it?
Walter Hens, a pleasure. You're the one from the old man, right? What was the rebel with the flag?
Ja.
Hans Naumann. And he was not the rebel. That was the entire
Is this the only case you have ever solved?
While I do appreciate the nice conversation, I must ask, why are you here?
Right. Not one for small talk, are you now? I'm here on behalf of my wife. She wishes she could do it herself, but her health isn't what it... Honestly, Tessie's never been a beacon of health, but it has been getting worse and...
Mr. Hens, the case?
It's about her girl, Anna. Anna Kasmirek. She was only 19 when they killed her. When they had her killed.
Your wife's daughter? So what's your relation to her?
She wasn't mine, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
I didn't come into the picture until after she was gone. Not in that way, at least. I knew her since she was a kid, cared for her. She grew up around my pub and then worked for me for a while. She wasn't my blood, but she was family.
What do you mean by that? Who had her killed?
You lot. Lawyers, judges, the whole circus. Sent her to the guillotine for looting, called her a traitor to the nation. She was innocent.
You'll have to explain that.
That's why I'm here. Do you remember the bombing of Brunswick in '44?
Of course. October, right? Left the whole city on fire.
Yes, it was like the whole world was burning. I doubt any words could ever give it justice.
Ich glaube, es war eine furchtbare Zeit.
The Tommies hit us overnight. They lit the whole city like a Christmas tree when they started the firestorm. Come morning, nothing was left of the old town, and not much of everything else.
That's terrible. I am sorry I have to ask, but how is it connected to the case?
Anna lost everything that day, other than her mother. Their place was hit by a bomb. The whole block, gone in an instant. Not a stone left standing.
Christmas tree? That's a peculiar analogy.
Not really. It's how we called their
Genau,
markers.
Christbäume.
They drop flares of various colors, lighting up the panorama like, well, a Christmas tree.
Ja, die Bombardierungszone, ne? Also das heißt, wurde in einem Winkel angemarkert und das Ganze sah dann auch in der, wenn man geschaut hat, aus wie ein Weihnachtsbaum. Ja. Also Markierungen für die feindliche Luftwaffe, die gesetzt worden sind vorher, damit sie das Zielgebiet besser treffen. So, was haben wir hier?
A firestorm?
That's what it's called.
Brandbombe.
Have you ever seen a pillar of flame rising to the sky, Miss Katz? Not a sight I'd wish on anybody.
Genau, entstand dadurch, dass auch Brandbomben abgeworfen worden sind. Spreng- und Brandbomben. Und das Besondere war, dass die zahlreichen Feuer, die ausgebrochen sind, das hat man heute auch manchmal bei Waldbränden, so viele unterschiedliche Brandherde hervorgebracht haben, dass sie mehr oder weniger den ganzen im Umfeld befindlichen Sauerstoff eingesaugt haben, also und unermüdlich brannten. Ja, und dadurch sind auch diese großen Feuersäulen entstanden. So, schauen wir mal, was das ist.
Her mother? You mentioned she's your wife?
Yes, Tessie, Teresa Hens.
Theresa Hens.
She was born out east, a small village in, would be Masovia now? Poland.
Okay, die wurde in Polen
Came to
geboren.
Brunswick with her husband after the First War. Had Anna on the way, in a train car. She had always been delicate, both in her body and, well, you know, mind.
Okay.
Again, she sends her apologies for not being here herself.
Mhm.
Tell me about Anna.
She was a good kid, no matter what they say. Mixed parentage from her mother's side, Prussian-Polish family. It earned her more than a few side eyes. Anna had to work hard for it. Someone had to look after the family. But she was a young girl. She wanted to have fun when she could.
Kann ich das? Ja, das kann ich auch angucken.
When did you and Theresa marry?
A few months after the execution. It wasn't love, just the right thing to do. With Anna gone, she had no one to take care of her, and she was in no position to provide for herself. I was doing well with my pub, so I offered to help. It's not the most romantic of stories.
Okay, also er hat verborgen, hat durch die Ehe auch ihre Herkunft verborgen. Interessant.
The morning after the bombing, Anna went to the ruins. Spent the whole day digging through the rubble, searching for, well, anything.
You said she was sentenced for looting. I'm sorry, but I have to ask. Did she loot anything?
No. She had found a few things, but everything belonged to her or her mother. Anna was no thief.
Okay.
you there with her?
If only, but I was nowhere near. I only learned about any of this when it was already too late. It happened a few days later. I was at my place when Heidi came, begging for help.
And who's Heidi?
Grunewald, Heidi Grunewald. A close friend of Anna. Both of them had been assigned to the same emergency shelter.
She asked for your help? Help with what?
Someone had planted a suitcase in Anna's room and accused her of stealing it from the ruins. The police came and, for some reason, the bastard seemed dead set on making the accusation true. That's what it was about at first. No treason, no looting, just a simple theft. And not even that was true.
Were you affected by the bombing?
No, I had a small apartment above my pub. Luckily, it was out of the way, so the Tommies didn't target that area.
What did you do?
I followed her to the shelter, of course, running through the city. But we were too late.
Ach Mensch. Okay, aber warum wollen Sie Anna Katzmirs verschwinden lassen?
The bastards must have grown tired of Anna denying their accusations. Decided to make her confess. They beat it out of her. By the time we arrived, they were long gone, leaving the kids. It was bad.
The kids? Somebody was still there?
Yes, 2 of them. Anna's boyfriend. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. And the Becker's girl, Emilia. Poor sods. They saw it all and couldn't do jack to stop it.
Emilia Becker. Who was she?
Her family was also placed in that shelter. Shop owners.
Dass die Bäckers jetzt
Local
ausgerechnet eine
girls
Fleischerei
stuck
haben.
up. They knew each other with Anna and Heidi. I don't think they got on too well.
Okay. 3 Frauen.
What can you tell me about Anna's boyfriend?
They had dated for a while. Can't say how long. I've seen him around, but I can't say I remember much. Military sort, I think. Heidi would know more. You'll have to ask her.
Where was that?
Can't give you the address. It was a temporary emergency shelter, one of many. A once upper-end flat, run down and filled with as many people who lost their homes to the bombing as they could squish. Cramped, but a roof over their head.
Okay, Herbst 44. In Braunschweig, so sieht's da also aus. Hab ich hier noch irgendwas, was ich anschauen kann? Naja. Als Greibäcker, da ist es. Na gut, dann gehen wir erstmal auf den Spot.
I kept it together as much as I could. Tried talking to them, get them to tell me what happened. Wasn't an easy job.
The boyfriend, what did he do?
Wie heißt denn der?
He was curled up in a corner, sobbing, a sad sight. Wouldn't calm down, For a long while, he didn't even respond to anything we said.
The Becker girl, what was she doing?
Avoiding us. She had locked herself
Ganz kurz gucken, wie die Kamera aussieht. Sieht gut aus.
in her family's room before we arrived and refused to come out.
Okay.
How did Heidi react?
Bad. She took it hard. Not one to cry, though. She went with anger. Started yelling at the boy that he was supposed to keep them there. Didn't get much of a reaction.
Okay.
So, what happened? What's the case?
The case is that Anna was innocent and they took her. They beat her. They killed her. Tortured her until she said what they wanted. Confessed to something she didn't do. And then they cut her head off.
Ach du große Güte. Ach du große Güte.
Can you tell me something more about this Heidi Grunewald?
Local girl, strong, hard. All of the Grunwalds were. Good people, but poor people. And quite a lot of them, each with a mouth to feed. Heidi was yay big the first time. They pulled her, gave the rascal her first night in a cell, pickpocketing. Gave her a job right after that, to keep her off the street. Gave one to Anna soon after. They were already friends.
Hab ich irgendwas übersehen? Ach, ich soll rausgehen. Nee. Gucken wir uns ja erstmal um. Das war schon vorher schwierig, weil ich auf der Straße mir nicht alles angeschaut habe.
Mr. Hens, why did she come to you specifically?
I had some previous encounters with the Force, unavoidable for a business owner. Well, let's not sugarcoat it. I had a file at the district. Nothing serious, but enough for me to learn how to talk with the blokes. Even find a few sympathetic ears down at the station. Heidi hoped I could talk to them.
Okay.
The next day, they put her on trial. A sham. Nobody was allowed to testify. There was no proof. Her lawyer just sat there, silent. And they changed the accusation, made it a case of looting instead of theft. A treasonous act for some reason.
Why did they change the accusation?
To hell if I know. Maybe they wanted a show. Or the policeman wanted a promotion and made it out to be a bigger crime. Or whoever made up the whole story of her crime decided it needed more flair.
And that's why they gave her the death sentence?
Yes, some law allowed them to do it because they made her a so-called folk pest, a traitor. I tried to learn more on what really happened there, why it happened. But as a civilian, they wouldn't give me much. All I have is here. This and my wife. Once she feels better, she wants to testify.
Your wife's testimony? What could she tell us? Was she present at the arrest?
No, but they used her against Anna. A few days after the trial, they came demanding she denounce her own daughter. threatened her with complicity, promised lenience if she cooperated. They fed her word for word the lies, the calumnies to write and sign about her own daughter, about that damn suitcase. She can tell you the truth. She wants to tell you the truth. She's adamant she can prove there was no crime in the first place.
Okay, das haben sie nachträglich versucht.
Mr. Hens, I'm terribly sorry. But while this story is awful, I am a prosecutor. It is not for me to prove people's innocence. On the contrary, I accuse them.
But you should accuse them, Miss Katz.
Wen
All
soll
of
ich,
them. Every single one of the bastards.
wen soll ich denn anklagen?
The bastard who planted a damn suitcase in her room and called the cops, knowing full well it would get her killed. The policeman who tortured her until she said what they wanted to hear. Her lawyer, her judge, especially the judge.
Okay.
I'll check what of this is actually punishable and whether we can start an investigation.
Thank you, Miss Katz. Thank you. I leave our number with your secretary. We'll keep in touch regarding Tessie's health. Arrange a time for her to appear.
But I can't make any promises yet.
I know. Still, thank you for giving it a chance.
The case might be for us after all. I'd better talk to Mr. Bauer.
Naja. Hoffentlich überlebt das die Mutter von Anna. Hoffentlich überlebt
Miss
das Tessie.
Katz, it's always good to see you. I take it our unexpected guest has piqued your curiosity.
I didn't realize you knew about it already.
Miss Fisher keeps me updated, and I must admit, I've vested some interest in his case. Or Miss Kazmierek's case, I should say. I assume that is why he came.
So you did already know about this?
Indeed, Mr. Hens tried to appeal Anna's verdict once before. Back in Brunswick, while I still held my position there.
Okay.
Didn't get the chance to work on it, unfortunately, but I did keep a close watch.
And this appellation was unsuccessful?
Quite. Dismissed before it even reached the courts, on the basis of the report from her arrest. If I recall correctly, the prosecution decided that the word of a police officer must be trusted.
I think we should take this case.
Miss Katz, I understand your sentiment, but we don't really prove people's innocence here.
But we can prove other people's guilt. The crimes committed against Miss Kazmierek, our victim.
An interesting approach. Very well, color me intrigued. What are your leads?
Mr. Hens gave me two names, Heidi
Heidi
Grunewald
Grunewald
and
and
Emilia
Emilia
Becker.
Becker.
Both of them had previous history with Miss Kazmierek and were present at her arrest.
Their testimonies would make for a good starting point. But there is more, I hope.
There are a few witnesses to Anna Kazmierek's arrest I still need to identify. The
Ihren
policemen
Freund.
themselves, of course, and the victim's boyfriend. Sadly, Mr. Hens couldn't remember his name.
It should easily come up in the investigation. Same case for the officers. But there is more, I hope.
There's the victim's mother, Teresa Kazmierek. She's now married to Mr. Hens. She wants to testify, but it's made difficult by her health. They'll be in touch as soon as she's able to come.
Ja, ich würde hingehen.
She wants to set the record straight about a false opinion or testimony she was forced to give. And more importantly, she believes she can prove Anna committed no crime in the first place.
Oh, that would make the case quite a bit easier. Almost realistic.
Then there's the documents, of course, from the arrest and the trial. The denunciation itself, if we're lucky.
Wouldn't that be something? Very well. I
Interessant.
don't think I have any questions. I agree it's a good case for us. For you,
Interessant.
more specifically, the investigation is yours, Miss Katz. The case of Anna Kaczmarek versus, well,
Nun ja, wen?
who?
Den Staat.
To start, there are three things I believe would serve you well to explore. First, the inciting incident. Why did the police come? How did they know about Anna and her potential crime? Then the most obvious, the beating. Did Anna confess of her own will, or was she coerced? And last, but quite interesting, if the police were there to arrest her for theft, why was she tried for looting and treason instead?
Ja, das sind die 3
Understood.
Fragen.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer.
The
Irgendeiner hat
pleasure's all mine, as per usual. Now I believe you've got your work cut out for you.
I should start with the files.
Okay.
If the case was investigated before, there should be something in the archive. And the law that Mr. Hens mentioned, I should ask Paula to find the exact reference.
Oh, be careful when you go downstairs. Someone just broke the window. Again. How did it go?
We have a new case. I need you to start digging up files immediately.
Right, goes without saying.
We know of 5 witnesses who were present at the time of the crime, but we only have 2 names. And we have the victim's mother willing to testify, once her health allows it, whenever that would be.
Yes, Mr. Hens told me about it. Left their number. I'll get in touch and try to arrange that.
Das wäre super.
Can't say I'm happy with him calling me a secretary, though.
Heidi Grunewald, a friend and co-worker of Anna. She's the reason why Mr. Hens knew of the situation. She should be able to tell us what happened. And she might know the name of another witness, the victim's
Und des
boyfriend.
Mädchens.
Should I invite her?
Yes.
Mit der
On
fangen wir
it.
mal an.
The policeman who took Anna. I need to know how many there were, their names, and where they are now. Anything you can find.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
One of the
Freund.
witnesses that Mr. Hens recognized was the victim's boyfriend. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to give us his name. I know there isn't much to go on, but can you start looking for him?
I'll
Das
do
wäre
my
doch ganz
best.
hübsch.
I need you to find me the decree about the folk pest law. It would seem it was used in Anna's case to justify her verdict.
Reich Law Gazette 168.
Kenn
This
ich
one I
auswendig.
know by memory. I'll have a copy for you by tomorrow.
Okay, super. Dann haben wir das, dann gehen wir mal nach unten.
I never thought our office would be the crime scene,
Tja,
or that I'd get used to it.
Ziegelstein ist da eine Nachricht dran.
Ah, the corpus delicti, torn straight from the sidewalk. Traitors. Very inventive.
Sportwoche. Okay. Gut, da will ich jetzt aber gar nicht rumgraben. Ich gehe jetzt ins Archiv.
What a mess, as always. And what's that? Did someone forget their files?
Was?
Looks like something from Peter's investigation. It's not like him to just leave this lying around.
Okay. So, wen suchen wir denn? Hunsche, Hitler, Göring, Gorath, Lubke, Hans Brandt. Nee, nichts von all dem. Da. Anna Kaczmarek. Wir gucken aber noch mal weiter. Schauen wir uns mal die Akte von Anna Kasmirek an. Kasmirek hat die Nummer 5 AK. 5 AK. Ich liebe eigentlich Spiele, wo man nebenbei was aufschreiben muss. 5 AK. 1956 14.8. Okay, dann suchen wir sie mal. AK. Ist sie da? Nein. Ist sie da? 5 AK 14, das ist sie. Verlagte.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Na, ganz einfach ist jetzt nicht, ne? Kindersondergericht. 21.10.44. Die Angeklagte Anna Kasmirek ist in allen Anklagepunkten schuldig und wird deshalb als Volksschädling und Verräter des deutschen Volkes zum Tode durch die Guillotine verurteilt, durch das Fallbeil. Das Urteil stützt sich auf das eigene Geständnis der Angeklagten, das in keiner Weise angefochten worden war. Es sei angemerkt, dass keine Beweise oder Zeugen für den Angeklagten vorgelegt wurden, wobei die Verteidigung das Urteil in unser Ermessen stellte. In Anbetracht des vernichtenden Mangels an Fürsprechern für den Charakter der Angeklagten und der verwerflichen Art und Weise, in der sie die größte Not ihrer Mitbürger ausgenutzt hat, muss die Strafe gemäß § 1 des Erlasses gegen Staatsfeinde der Tod sein. Daran kann auch die Jugend der Angeklagten nichts ändern. Eieiei. Ich, Anna Kasmirek, gestehe hiermit im Vollbesitz meiner zurück. Wer hat das geschrieben? Das ist hier Schulausgangsschrift. Ja. Also so wie man sie im Dritten Reich verwendet hat. In der Verwaltungssprache. Und das ist ihre Unterschrift, die im Wesentlichen Sütterlin folgt. Also von der, zum Beispiel bei der Schreibung des Z sieht man das ganz deutlich. Und hier zum Beispiel bei dem anlautenden A, ne? Auch das R ist ein anderes. Und das würde man nicht einfach so machen. Okay, also was hat sie gestanden? Ich, Anna Kasmirek, gestehe hiermit im Vollbesitz meiner geistigen und körperlichen Kräfte und in vollem Bewusstsein meiner Rechte das Verbrechen der Plünderung am Morgen des 16. Oktober 1944. Nach der Bombardierung Braunschweigs durch die niederträchtige britische Luftwaffe habe ich mich herausgeschlichen und das ausgebrannte Haus betreten, in dem ich gewohnt habe. Ich betrat das Haus meiner Nachbarin Emilia Becker, weil ich wusste, wo sie ihre Wertsachen aufbewahrte. Das ist die Bäckerin gewesen, die Fleischers-Tochter. Motiviert durch niedere Instinkte, meine Charakterschwäche und Neid habe ich Emilia Beckers Koffer gefunden und ihn gestohlen. Okay. Also wie geht es? Zu viele Frauen auf einem Platz. Für die Situation, dass es eine einfacher werden könnte, also wenn sie sich gegenseitig noch bezichtigen, da bin ich mal gespannt, was da rauskommt. Okay. Dann haben wir das. Und schließen den Tag, denke ich. Wir haben alles bestellt. Ja, jetzt können wir eigentlich gehen. Spannend. Ganz anders gelagerter Fall. Scheibe wird repariert. 8. Mai, Tag der Befreiung. Nach der Bombardierung. 8. Mai 1957. Der 8. Mai ist tatsächlich in der ehemaligen DDR ganz anders gefeiert worden als...
Yes, but I assure you Mr. Wohlmuth has your best... in your postbox. But these people are all... yes, I understand. I will tell Mr. Wohlmuth.
Ja, der 8. Mai als Tag der Befreiung ganz anders gefeiert worden als in der Bundesrepublik. Dort ist eigentlich erst relativ spät. Und zwar also in einer sehr bekannten Rede von Richard von Weizsäcker, das erste Mal in der bundesdeutschen Öffentlichkeit in der Prominenz, ja, also das heißt vom Bundespräsidenten, das Wort vom Tag der Befreiung in den Mund genommen worden. Mehrfach ausgelegt, rhetorisch sehr ausgeschliffen in einer tollen Rede. Ja, 8. Mai. Vielleicht ist das Datum nicht umsonst gewählt hier.
Is everything all right, Paula?
Yes, Miss Katz. No, everything's not fine. That was a horrible call.
I can imagine. Do you want to talk about it?
I really shouldn't without talking to Mr. Wohlmuth first.
Ach, okay.
He'll hear soon enough. It was one of Mr. Wohlmuth's witnesses. She wants out.
How important was this witness for Christoph's case?
It's going to be tough. He spent weeks prepping her. I won't be surprised if I find him sleeping in the office for the next couple of days.
Did she tell you why she wants out?
Same as always. Threats against her and her family. They even sent her photographs of her children. Monsters.
Does this happen often?
It feels like every other week. Most of the time we can convince them to stay on, but it is getting harder.
Dass das schwieriger wird.
Don't let this grind you down, Paula.
I won't. Can't give them the satisfaction.
Okay. So, dann gehen wir erstmal da hinein und schauen mal, was es hier so gibt. Da haben wir die Fallakte. Erster Zeuge wird bald eintreffen. Wir haben den Namen der Polizisten herausgefunden, die Anna Kaczmirek verhaftet haben. Otto Wagner und Klaus Nowak. Klingt nach Archiv. Hier ist alles, was ich bislang über den Fall von Fräulein Kaczmirek herausfinden konnte. Festnahmebericht, Verdächtige Anna Kaczmirek, Braunschweig, 20.10. Die Beamten wurden nach dem anonymen Anruf vom 20. Oktober um 10.25 Uhr alarmiert, in dem ein Verdächtiger als Dieb gemeldet wurde. Der Anrufer gab an, dass Anna Kaczmirek im Besitz eines gestohlenen Koffers sei. In den provisorischen Unterkünften, in denen sich die Verdächtige zu dieser Zeit aufhielt, identifizierten die Beamten 4 Personen: Wolfgang Kirchmann, Heidi Grunewald, Emilia Becker und die Verdächtige selbst, Anna Kaczmirek. Also ist Wolfgang Kirchmann der Freund. Im Verhör gab Anna Kaczmirek zu, nach dem Bombenanschlag in Braunschweig Gegenstände gestohlen zu haben. Wir haben die Gegenstände im Zimmer der Verdächtigen gefunden. Alle Gegenstände wurden sichergestellt und als Beweismittel eingereicht. Siehe Formular. Wir haben Anna Kaczmirek ohne Zwischenfälle in eine vorläufige Arrestzelle gebracht. Anmerkung: Nach der Übergabe der Verdächtigen benötigte der Unterwachtmeister die Verabreichung von Erster Hilfe. Aha. Interessant. Frankfurter Sturm bewaffnete SED-Einheiten marschieren durch Berlin. NATO-Manöver, Schwarzer Löwe simuliert Atomkrieg. Naja. Halt. Erstmal die Fallakte. Haben wir noch nicht alles angeschaut. Also, Kaczmirek. Alter Fall. Bürger von Braunschweig am 20. November. Das ist gut gemacht.
Miss Katz. Heidi Grunewald is waiting for you in the conference room.
Okay, super.
I have the distinct feeling that she doesn't like us very much.
Super.
Us? As in...
Lawyers, the state, the
Police. Okay.
Sounds like trouble. Thank you, Paula.
Okay. Also nochmal. Alter Fall. Das ist ihre... Ist schon krass, wenn man sich das reinzieht, ne? Also das sind die...
Evidence form?
Das sind die... Ja, wieso geht es nicht? Da brauchen wir jetzt auch kein Lesezeichen. Okay, das haben wir schon gesehen. Das haben wir auch schon gesehen. Generalstaatsanwaltschaft Julius Jahr 27.10. Okay, das ist das nachträglich eingeholte. Die Aussage von der Mutter. Das ist das Geständnis. Das sind die Bilder von Anna. Ach Mensch. So, darf ich mir das hier mal ganz kurz angucken? Das kann ich nicht markieren. Hintergrund. Volksstimme nur während unsere Söhne und Brüder bei der Verteidigung der Rheinufer bluten, startete die feige britische Luftwaffe einen ehrlosen Angriff auf Braunschweig. Aus der Volksstimme. So, was mich hier interessiert, ist der Zusammenhang hier von feiger britischer Luftwaffe und der Aussage von Anna. Moment, alter Fall, Aussage von Anna. Dass sie das nicht geschrieben. Das hat sie nicht geschrieben. Hier, Moment, wo haben wir sie? Die feige britische Luftwaffe. Die niederträchtige Lesezeichen setzen. Ja, das hätte ich ja gern. Wieso kann ich das nicht markieren? Mal sehen, vielleicht kann ich das nachher mal. Hoffentlich denke ich dran. Warum kann ich das ja nicht markieren? Das ärgert mich. Also die niederträchtige, die Anna hätte wahrscheinlich nicht von der niedrigen. Der Tod ist der Brite, Brände zerstören in 3 Ländern unter dem nächtlichen britischen Bombardement. Unfähig der Akzeptanz ihrer Niederlagen am Rheinufer haben sich die Westmächte zu der feigen Taktik entschlossen. Das, ne? So. Die Frage ist, wer sagt niederträchtig? Braunschweig bei einem barbarischen Angriff der britischen Eindringlinge verwüstet. Dieses abscheuliche Akt hat die Stadt in Schutt und Asche gelegt, wobei die meisten Häuser durch die Bombardierung oder den daraus resultierten Feuersturm zerstört wurden. Zivilisten sollen die Straßen wieder... Okay. Das sind also Ausschnitte über die Bombardierung. Das sind Bilder. Warum soll ich jetzt das markern hier? Ist ja schlimm genug. Brauchen wir, denke ich, erstmal nicht. Das ist die Polizei. Ach, hier ist das Paragraph 1. Plünderung im freigemachten Gebiet. Wer im freigemachten Gebiet oder im freiwillig geräumten Gebäuden oder Räumen plündert, wird mit dem Tod bestraft. Naja, klar. Okay. Verdächtige. Noak Wagner. Okay, das sind die Polizisten. Vernehmungsprotokoll. so. Das müssen wir uns dann nochmal anschauen, genau. Vor allen Dingen, also das wird schon spannend, wer das gewesen ist, ne?
An evidence form?
Okay.
Might be something worth looking into.
So, ich schaue mal noch schnell, ob das mit dem Bild noch passt. Das sieht ganz gut aus, aber stell jetzt mal auf das Große um. So, das hätte ich gleich machen können, aber holen wir jetzt nach. So, okay, also das heißt, gucken wir mal, was Heidi Grunewald sagt. Heidi Grunewald.
Mrs. Grunewald, good morning. Thank you for coming on such a short notice.
Die sieht doch schon sehr kooperativ
As if I
aus.
had the choice.
Als ob ich eine Wahl gehabt hätte.
Mrs. Grunewald, your collaboration is entirely voluntary.
Right. Because I could just make your job easier and let you screw Anna over again. Not going to happen.
I wanted to talk to you about Anna Kazmirek. I believe you are acquainted?
Acquainted. Sure. What do you want to know? Other than her being innocent and you people having killed her?
Tell me about Anna's arrest.
Really? Sure you wouldn't rather talk about her heinous crimes? Tell me all about them? No? Alright. I bite.
Okay. Ich denke also immer noch, wir sind auf der Seite der Polizei.
It was the morning of... I don't know. A few days after the bombing.
October 20th.
Sure. If you say so. We were in the emergency shelter. Somehow we all got assigned to the same one. Call it good luck or bad luck. Your choice.
What happened on that day?
We just come back from work with Anna. Graveyard shift at a munitions factory. For the glory of the fatherland. And all that.
Kann ich hier überhaupt rein? Nee. Das ist alles gesperrt.
How were the tasks divided among the people in the shelter?
We were on rotation. Every day different tasks for each of the rooms. Food, cleaning, making sure there's enough water and firewood. Of course, we'd always get the most work, as my family was the biggest.
Okay.
Who lived in the shelter at the time?
Me and mine, the Grunewalds, a total of 7 people at the time.
Okay.
The Kazmireks, Anna and her mother. And unfortunately, the Beckers. 5 of them, and 5 too many.
Okay.
What did a regular day at the shelter look like?
There wasn't anything regular about that time. Not yet. We'd only been there for 3 days? 4? It wasn't that different from our lives before, really. Not for me. We were piss poor anyway. Wake up, pray there's water in the pipes. Go to your shift, return there tired, repeat.
What happened to you during the bombing?
To me? Not much. I was working a night shift. At first I didn't even hear the bombs over all the machinery. How in hell did those bastards manage to burn the entire city except for the munition factories is beyond me.
Muss man sagen, ne?
What can you tell me about this shelter?
Pigs took some rich prick's house, whopped it off all valuables, and packed it full of homeless folk. We got 3 small rooms around the kitchen, 1 for each family.
Tell me about your family.
Interested in the little workers. That's a new one.
Okay, da haben wir die
We weren't affected by the bombing as bad as many others. Didn't have much to lose to start with.
Katzmirek, genau.
There were a few of us, luckily. So we were able to scrap by.
Tell me about the Kazmireks.
Good people. Both of them. Theresa's practically family now. We took her in after you people killed Anna. Without her daughter, she was all alone. But who cares? Right? You...
Tell me about the Beckers.
Butchers. Literally. They owned a family business for generations. A big point of pride for them. Up till the bomb fell right on it.
Okay, die haben also in der Bombardierung alles verloren. Wo ist das? So, schauen wir mal drauf. Ich will es nochmal zählen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ne, das passt. Okay. Schauen wir uns mal erst noch um, bevor wir es weitermachen.
Did you salvage anything from your old home?
Everybody did. The morning after the bombing, we went there with my brothers. Took a few bags. Couldn't fit even half of them. There wasn't much to find.
Okay.
What can you tell me about your family's situation before the bombing?
Nothing exciting. We were at another temporary place. Smaller than this one, actually. So that was an upgrade. It was more of the same. Surviving day to day. Just with less other people having to do the same. It was a shit time.
Ach Mensch. Okay, also der Heidi Grunewald ging es echt nicht gut. Um es mal vorsichtig auszudrücken.
How would you describe your relationship with Miss Kazmarek?
Our relationship? Anna wasn't a dyke, if that's what you're getting at. She was like a sister to me. A better sister. One that I chose. We were in my family's room, trying to get at least some shut-eye, when I heard someone yapping at the phone. It was Emilia. Emilia Becker.
What was she saying?
I didn't catch all of it. Tried to block it out, actually. I just wanted to sleep. I got enough to understand. The cunt was talking to the police, ratting on some terrible robbery. How could I have known it was about Anna? Next thing I know, I'm woken up by someone's banging against the door.
Who was it?
Greeners! Two of the bastards. Diligently responding to a bullcrap call. And what a pair they made. A tall twig of an idiot and a four-eyed geezer with the dumbest mustache. You could smell the alcohol on that one from across the room.
Could you please describe them for me?
Creepy. That was my first and main impression. He was somewhat round. Not yet fat, but close to it. He had the most ridiculous facial hair, glasses, and he had this smile. This friendly smile. Constantly. Ugh. It was unnerving.
Could you please describe them for me?
He was way too tall, despite the constant hunch. It felt like he was trying to take up as little space as he could. Had the most punchable face I've seen in my life. Like a snooty baby that may start bawling at any moment. And he was clumsy. First he hit his head on the way in. Then he just kept dropping his notebook as they interviewed Anna.
Did they say why they were there?
Sure. They were investigating a most serious crime and wanted to talk to Anna, alone. Bastards invited themselves in before I could even say a word. And that would be when, using this mess as a distraction, Emilia planted the bloody thing.
Okay. Also die...
I'll need you to explain what you mean.
Oh, Sure. The suitcase she accused Anna of stealing. The one she needed the pigs to find. She put it in Anna's room herself. Had to back her lie somehow, didn't she? It was clear. They didn't want me present for their questioning. Fuckers had the nerve to pretend it was about Anna's privacy. I've expected they'd force me out right then and there.
And did they make you leave?
No. Somehow Anna managed to convince them it was fine, that she didn't mind me there.
What did they want to know?
They asked about the suitcase. You know, the same one Emilia was planting in Anna's room right there and then. Did I mention that already?
Yes, you did, Mrs. Grunewald.
I know I did. I'm not an idiot. Just make sure it's easy to hear on that tape of yours. The idiots were convinced Anna stole it. And no matter the truth, they wanted her to admit it.
What did Anna tell them?
To go fuck themselves. No. That's what she should have told them. But she just denied it. What a load of crap. All they had was Emilia's made-up story. And here they were, swinging their shriveled... That's what I told them. They didn't like it one bit.
And who are greeners?
Schupo, obviously.
Schutzpolizei.
Green uniform. Overcompensating hat. Gun and nightstick in case they don't like your face. I suppose you people didn't call them that.
Greeners, die Grünen.
Next thing I know,
Schutzpolizei.
Glasses pushes me out into the kitchen. Tells me to show him Anna's room. That's where she'd hide the haul.
Okay, mit ihm kann ich nicht sprechen, gerade.
Did you enter Anna's room with the officer?
No. I just told him where it was. He wouldn't let me go in. Didn't want me tampering. So I waited outside in the kitchen with Wolf and that rat, Amelia.
Do you remember what Wolf was doing?
Waiting, patiently. Naive idiot. He came for money, and it showed. Had no idea what any of this meant.
Didn't you say Emilia was in Anna's room?
Not anymore. She left her proof and came back before anyone could notice.
Okay,
She
also
just
das ist
stood
eine...
there with that smirk of hers. She was behind it all. We all knew she hated Anna. But this? She was trying to get her killed.
So. Das ist Annas Zimmer. Das haben wir uns, glaube ich, schon angeschaut.
What can you tell me about Anna?
That you people killed her. But I might have mentioned that already. What is there to say? She was good people. Kind, funny, witty. And a know-it-all. So stubborn. Could be such a pain in the ass. Never knew when to shut up.
So, wieder zurück. irgendwas entdecken? Also, ja, Katholiken, das ist eine Mariendarstellung hier. Heilige Maria, Mutter Gottes. Aber hier gibt es nicht viel mehr zu sehen. Halt, was ist das?
Were there any conflicts between the shelter's inhabitants?
There's a bear shit in the woods. The Beckers thought themselves better than everybody else, and made no secret of it. And everyone knew them for the shit-spewing assholes they were. And we were open about that as well. And Mrs. Hausler in the other section, always listening at the door, up in everybody's business. Nosy hack.
Die neugierige Hexe können aber was wissen. Die Frau Lausle.
The pig didn't need much time for his search. Emilia must have left it easy to find. Her eyes lit up as soon as he came out of the room, suitcase in hand.
What did you do?
She told the pig the suitcase was hers. That the day after the bombing, she saw Anna take it from the ruins of her house. And for some reason, she insisted it constituted treason. Can you imagine, even if Anna was guilty, which she wasn't, how would taking an old stinking suitcase be treason? That's just bullcrap.
Treason? One moment, I might have something about this.
Und zwar Staatsverräter. Moment. Nee. Wo ist das gleich? Da. Verrat. Wo ist der Verrat? Stimmt. Wo ist der Verrat? Die Schutzpolizei. Die Schutzpolizei. Wo ist der Verrat?
Never mind. Please continue.
She really had it all figured out, didn't she? We tried to stop it. To set the idiot straight. Tell him Emilia was lying. But he wouldn't listen.
Wolf macht nichts, was?
How did the officer react to all this?
He didn't even pretend to listen to anything Wolf and I said. But anything Emilia said, he ate it up. All of it. Every single word.
Okay.
What was in the suitcase? Can you describe it?
Beats me. I don't think I've ever seen it before. No idea where Emilia got it. It looked old, used. Normal size, normal... It was a suitcase. It just looked like a suitcase.
Was? Blanket suitcase.
At that point, I knew we needed help. I knew a man. I thought he might be able to help. And Wolf...
This man you went to get help from. Would it happen to be Walter Hens?
How do you... You've talked with him already, right?
He brought us this case.
I suppose that makes sense. Yes, it was him. Not that he could help in the end. So, I had Hans. And Wolf had his uncle, so between the two of us, I figured...
Please, continue.
I told Wolf to stall the fuckers. Keep them there. Myself, I went to get my men. I didn't even get down the stairs before it started.
Before what started?
Is it really that hard to guess? Anna's testimony. They tortured her, went in hard judging on the screams. It was... loud.
And you just left?
What was I supposed to do? Kindly ask them to stop? Force them to stop? No, I know. I should have called the police, right? Yes, I still left. I ran even faster.
Ich hatte einfach Angst.
Is there anybody else who could have seen it?
I wasn't in the right space to check for that. Though, actually, I think I ran into one of my neighbors. Hausler. Old lady from across the hall. Yes, she even asked me, who are they taking? She was in another section on our floor. Such a nosy hack. Unbelievably good hearing for her age. She kept constant watch on everything that was happening.
Nee. Gut, die Treppe kann ich nicht runtergehen. Das ist ja dramatisch. Gut, gehen wir mal raus.
I did find Walter. Not that it mattered. By the time we came back, Anna was already gone. There. That's what happened. What really happened. Not that you care.
But I do care, Mrs. Grunewald.
Sure. I guess we'll see about that, right? I won't hold my breath.
You do realize this hostility won't help anyone? My intention is to bring the people who wronged Miss Kazmarek to justice. I am not your enemy.
Then prove me wrong.
Ich bin dabei.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention? Anything else you saw?
No. By the time I got back, it was all over. They took her, and Emilia hid away in her room, scared of facing us after what she'd done.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Grunewald.
I hope I don't regret it.
Okay.
We have a name for the victim's boyfriend, Wolf Kirchmann.
Wolf Kirchmann.
Wolfgang, yes. He was very easy to find once I got the name. He's still in the military, as it turns out. A Hauptmann. Seems to be involved with the rearmament effort. Oh, and I have some good news.
What's the good news?
Mrs. Kazmarek, no, Mrs. Hens agreed to a date for her testimony.
Sehr schön.
Tentative for now, but I hear she's been feeling better. I put her on the calendar. We should have enough time to interview one more witness before her.
Okay.
Good, thank you. Did you manage to contact him?
I've tried to reach out, but, well, the military is at best less than helpful. The message I got was politely worded, of course, but it comes down to us not being an important matter. I'm sorry, it'll take a bit longer to get him.
Okay, dann können wir die Bäcker fragen.
About the note you left me today. You think you have someone who would know our police officers?
Yes, potentially. My husband, his whole family, really, are police officers. Him, his father, brother, uncle, grandfather. It's a tradition he's very proud of. Don't get me started.
I won't.
Thank you. Anyway, his brother actually lives and works in Brunswick. Brunswick, police officer. I figured I'd give it a shot and I wrote him a letter.
I need you to invite the next witness.
Who should I reach out to?
Wen will ich ihn zuerst sehen? Emilia Becker würde ich erst sehen wollen.
Please invite the neighbor, Emilia Becker.
On it. Anything else?
There's nothing left for me to do. I shall...
Miss
Nee.
Katz,
I need some additional documents.
anything specific?
Das
The report from
Beweisformular.
Anna's arrest mentioned an evidence form, but...
It wasn't included.
Exactly.
Genau,
start
war nur
looking.
das Geständnis drin.
There's a
Die
chance one of the
Nachbarn.
neighbors could know something about what happened. I was given one surname, Hausle.
Hausler.
Could you look if we can contact her?
There's not much to go on, but I can try. The shelter probably has some sort of list.
Another thing. Thank you, Paula.
Okay. So. Also, das fing doch mal sehr vielversprechend an hier. Der Fall wird gleich ein bisschen komplexer. Wir sind jetzt 90 Minuten dran. Moment, ich gehe jetzt nochmal schnell zur Wohlmut. Vielleicht hat er schon eine Blaupause.
Were you ever sent any death threats?
Taking out the big guns, I see. I'm proud to say that, yes, quite a few.
Right.
So.
Thank you.
Über die Arbeit über jemanden.
I have some questions about somebody.
Who would that be?
Nee,
I have a different question.
das war's schon.
I think that's all.
Don't.
Gut, als der hat noch nichts für mich. Kann ich mit
The door is
Bauern.
locked.
So, also hier geht nicht mehr viel heute. Ein bisschen entschleunigt. Ich könnte zwar schon hier Beweise sortieren, mache das aber nicht. Sondern speichere an der Stelle ab. Wähle einen neuen Spielstand und gehe ins Hauptmenü. Ja. Also, was für ein Spiel. Die Inszenierung ist ziemlich gut. Wir kommen ja tatsächlich so an ganz unterschiedliche Fälle ran. Und ich bin wirklich gespannt, was wir über Anna Kaczmirek noch herausfinden, die aus Polen kommt. Und welche Rolle schlussendlich Heidi Grunewald und Emilia Becker gespielt haben. Und möglicherweise Wolf, der eine Karriere in der Polizei oder Militär angestrebt hat, mit der Sache zu tun hat. Möglicherweise er hat viel mehr gesehen, als er zugibt. Zumindest war er war ja dabei. Ja gut, das werden wir aber heute nicht mehr klären. Also vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Der Stream geht wie immer online auf YouTube. Aber vielleicht nicht heute, sondern erst in den nächsten Tagen. Also bis dahin, gute Zeit und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.